Welcome to my channel. I wanted to show um, some video of me in my involvement with National Action Network. And I wanted to do that because this past Saturday, they let people know that they were moving. And they did post this on Facebook. I don't know if y'all connected to people on Facebook. But it said, join the National Action Network on Saturday, January 24th, as we prepare to move the House of Justice from 145th Street to a new location. And it was from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Let me know in the comment section if you had joined that activity. I would like to know. But I wanted to show you some slides of my involvement with them. Let me just see, do I have good audio? Hey, Tasharia. She said, hello, hello, hello. Hello, Tasharia. Thank you for stopping by. Let me share. Wow, you'll see a black screen. That's weird. Okay, y'all see it now. Okay. So this is at the Sheraton Hotel for their annual convention. Every year they have a convention, and it's like a this is like the what do you call that when they have it's like their gala. And so this is the Keepers of the Dream Awards, and the Keepers of the Dream Awards is a big event that they have where they give the annual report, and the general public doesn't get this. You have to wait online for standby if you don't already belong to a corporate funder that has sponsored one of these tables. So at this time, I was at table 81. Yeah, you see that? I'm going to just show you the different. It's going to just go on its own. Let me see. Or do I have to push it? Let's see. My mother, Sister Glenda. That's us wearing our t-shirts. Our Nairn t-shirts. Now, keep in mind that this convention for this year will be April 8th to the 11th. It's always at the Sheraton, New York, which is located at 811 7th Avenue in New York. This is my first, they had Tyler Perry this year. This is my first convention that I volunteered at. This is at the House of Justice. This is the 12th annual spring dance. They got a proclamation at that event. That's me and Sister Glenda. I see it moves when it wants to. That's me at the convention. We're having trouble playing this video. I wonder why that comes on. Wish I could just take that out. It always. That's at the Monday Night Youth Huddle. Wonder, are they going to be there tonight? I don't know. That's the front of the House of Justice, which they'll be moving from. This is at the Sheraton Hotel. This picture. Me and my son went to the March on Washington. They do not do it every year. That was that year, August 26th. Me and my son attended that together. And that's how I looked. There's my son. Let's see what that says. I said, I love my son. I had to drag him with me to go to the March on Washington with the National Action Network for the 60th anniversary, but he didn't let me down. He attended and he made me proud. Thank you, Nan. Thank you, Nan Huddle, for providing the free bus to this awesome event. We met Nan chapters from all over the country. My son even met Jerry Thompson in person, and that is underrated darkness. I put Jerry Thompson because I'm on the Facebook, and I wanted to tag him. This is on my Facebook. That is at the African American Day Parade. That is significant because Nan gave us tickets to be in the bleacher section, which is for seniors, which my mother is. And I was just so excited to be in the bleachers of the African American Day Parade. That was my first time. And I've been there ever since with my parents. 2023 was just my mom. 2024 is um, my father and my mother. And then 2025, it was my mother and me. And I have a picture of that, uh, this year's. This was an event at the Schomburg, no, at the African Burial Ground. This is a picture of the Women's Auxiliary, which I am a member of. There's always committees that you can join. So I am I came into Nan and I was in two committees. So I was at the youth huddle because I have a young man son, and the women's auxiliary because at the youth huddle, members of the women's auxiliary is there. As a member of the women's auxiliary, there's different fundraisers, and the um, Harvest Tea is one of the fundraisers, and that is the envelope I'm holding. I had to raise money for the Harvest Tea. That is a flyer for the youth huddle. That's every Monday. So today is Monday. Usually, these are some of the guests I had for the Harvest Tea. I had 14 guests. They gave me my own table. I wasn't aware that I was going to get my own table. So that was a little stressful because I was participating with all the July um, people that birthdays was in July, and all of our guests were supposed to be at the same table. But I had so many guests, they had to give me my own table. And these are some of the guests that happened to sit for that picture. That's another one of my guests for my table. This was the table my parents were sitting at because my mother's in December, and we didn't have room at my table. I was so frustrated. I participated in the annual Thanksgiving dinner. I think that was my first time volunteering for Thanksgiving. I'm wearing the T-shirt. This is me talking at the youth huddle. I'm wearing the T-shirt at the Women's Auxiliary. That's me with a picture with Reverend Sharpton. We're always able to take a picture with Rev after the Saturday rally. This is just one of the flyers of the convention. That's one of my looks that I had during the convention. We got to show our receipts of our participation because sometimes, we hear people talk about stuff, but they're not really active. That's a wonderful civil rights activist, Pastor Daltrey. Earlier, so the they're going to be closed um, coming in next week. This is the DEI Thursday. So every Thursday they march for DEI. And that's my son. One of the shirts that they had for the DEI march during the convention. And that is me at the Whitney Museum, which I had invited people to go. So do you see this? Yes, okay, good. It's me and Sister Glenda again. Now this the significance of this picture is that several events happen through the year. And this is the Triumph Awards that is held at Jazz Lincoln Center over at Columbus Circle. And this happens every year as well. So this is separate from their convention. This is the Triumph Awards, which happens around October. Every year they have the Thanksgiving dinner. That's me dressed up for the Christmas. They have Thanksgiving, they have Christmas. So I volunteered for the convention 2024. I volunteered for 2025. I feel like I volunteered for 2023 too. Okay, so Tyler Perry was 23. They usually have legal nights once a month. So I think the Tyler Perry was 2024. I mean 2023. I'm not sure. I can't. It's like when you do something every year, everything starts to merge. That's my son. I'm giving people time to come in as I. So it's like my own little commercial. And it goes along with Black men because talking about Black men and Black issues because Reverend Al Sharpton is, of course, a Black man. We had did an event for DEI for Costco's. They gave us all Costco cards. It was for $25, and we went into Costco's. That's another picture of the Women's Auxiliary. So, like that month, every week we dressed in a different color. So that particular week we was in blue. So that's me at the convention of this year. So that was 2025's convention at the Sheraton. That's me and my family. My son happened to go to the Triumph Awards. He was also in the fashion show. This is the um, I think that was the pastor's luncheon that I attended. As you can see in Legal Night, this is 2025 Legal Night. Hey, Trucker Z. Thank you for coming in. Now, I'm always trying to encourage membership. It's $25 for the year. Lifetime membership is $500. And I would just encourage people to become members. That was a thing I did. That's one of the members, Ernest. That was the director of Crisis, Patrice. And that's my son and me at Patrice's 50th birthday. That is my mother, Sister Glenda, at the African American Day Parade. That's at the African American Day Parade. That's my third year. And we get tickets from Patrice. Yay. Go Patrice. She always hooks me up. Okay. So I wanted to talk about uh, that whole situation with that conversation with Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. I want y'all to see, and I want us to talk about it because we gotta first have context, right? So I was giving you some context about the National Action Network because they are leaving the location of 145th Street in Lenox, which is also known as Malcolm X. They will not be there in the next month in February. And, you know, I think that people need to know that. They need to get the word out. They need to understand that there's some changes, a lot of changes going on in Harlem. And that's one of the changes. There's many. One of the changes is the National Action Network will no longer be on 145th Street as of February of this year. Um, I think you should stay connected to their social media if you're interested in knowing about what is going on, which is www.nationalactionnetwork.net, which is NET. They are on social media platforms such as Facebook at National Action Network. They are also on Instagram under National Action Network, under um, Reverend Al Sharpton. So you can always look. Let me see if the youth huddle is on. I don't see it. It might be closed because of the snowstorm. I don't know. Um, Let me just see something. But again, I want you, if you're interested, to go to those sites. Now, I want you to listen to this discussion. I moved it up to where I wanted to have the discussion about this particular uh, conversation between these two black men. Now, again, we started with Reverend Al Sharpton, National Action Network, because even though the location will be moving for February of this year, it'll still be actively doing things. You're still going to have the convention, you're still going to have all of the things as far as that's in other locations. So you're still going to be doing the DEI Thursdays. You're still going to be doing the Triumph Awards. You know what I'm saying? So I need y'all to just stay connected. And I'm going to start this video. Again, this person right here in the white is Corey Holcomb. And the person he's talking to is Anton Daniels. This is a viral conversation that I want to talk a little bit about. We'll see. If you haven't heard about it, let's look.
You don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that. We say that. But here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall
I'm an
of it?
equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you taking
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You're too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they
Absolutely.
destroy this?
Watch what salt does to your knees.
Why does Grandpa yell, ow, 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 every time he bends his knees? I can't believe a
Nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking
No,
loud,
you talking loud.
and you still talking around.
What you
What did
trying
the
to do-
Caucasian male
what
do
you
to
trying to-
America
I'm not-
to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You
I'm not
dancing
getting into
around it.
No,
And
I'm
that's
not.
why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an
Corey,
ass kisser
Corey,
of
don't-
nobody.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so this is what is going on right here. So the first blow was by Corey Holcomb. Okay. So you heard what he said. So now Anton is going to give him something back. Okay. So let's see what you think about how he responds back to him. Okay.
You suck the black people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do? Let me tell you what you do. 'Cause
Nah,
see, ain't
homie,
nobody
let me
gonna
tell you something,
Ain't
homie.
nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
Ain't nobody. Yeah,
I don't
you do.
suck.
Do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you.
As you can see, he's being very disrespectful. Let's stop right there. We can go back to it, but that's a no-no. That's a no-no. And I wanted to know what you think about that, because I heard other people say that, oh, it was just for clickbait, it wasn't a real conversation. But still, in all, we basically know that you don't talk to men like that. And I really find it interesting how they have a female there and she's staying out of it. You see how she's not in it? And I think that is very interesting because I feel like a lot of situations get escalated because the female voice and how she gets all riled up and she gets the man. She instigates. But this woman, notice how she's just staying there quiet. And I said, does she identify as a black woman? Because I just think that if we had, I just feel that you can quote different situations where there has been black women that has instigated a conversation when she notices her man or the guy that she likes is disrespected. And that statement right there was very disrespectful. You know, that's, you don't say that. And then he says, he don't only say that you sucking just eggplant. He's saying you sucking multiple eggplants, all black. That's crazy to me. It's very disrespectful. And I love how the female that I see her as a Hispanic. I don't know. Is she? She looks Hispanic to me. She's just staying out of it. And I appreciate her not adding to an already heated and very disrespectful situation. Let's continue to look because, did any of y'all see Sinners? Oh, in the movie Sinners that they are talking about possible Oscar nominations. Let me see something. Can I get it? Where the Hold on, let me see if I can get that scene where um I'm trying to see if I can get that scene because the significance of the scene, if I can find it, I had wanted to get that scene. I'm so sorry, though. Is the fact that there was a conversation between two men, and the black woman, she gets all involved in the conversation, and it was just so unnecessary. Look, okay, this is it.
Been in and out of here all day. Ain't never need an invite then. Yeah, something ain't adding up. Shit, Stack was my ride up here. I'm supposed to walk back? That ain't my problem. Well, it be your own people. Now, I thought you was better than that. But you just like the white man. Can I at least get my money? Oh, you did such a bang-up job. Now you want to get paid for what you ain't did? Ain't nobody talking to you, yo drunk. Shut your mouth. You shut the fuck up. Don't give me shit, Smoke. Don't give me nothing. Careful. Now we is one people,
Wait.
and we shouldn't go.
You ain't see the part, but she started talking.
Y'all gonna,
But wait, that
y'all
wasn't
gonna eat
that
this
lady
overlord.
anyway. I'm gonna stop. That black woman that said careful, she jumped all in the conversation. I just wish we could just get that. I just wish I could get that. I really want y'all to see that. I'm so horrible, right? Let me stay focused. Let's go back to that conversation and see if I can get it. Get the other one. I just want to show you how the difference between how this woman over here is staying out of business. Woo.
I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no
I'm
sucky shit.
gonna give you the same
Let's
energy
switch
you
seats.
give me.
Let's switch seats.
Let's switch seats. I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no sucky shit. I'm a man. I don't do no sucky shit, homie.
I don't give a fuck about none of
Well,
this
I
shit
tell you
right
what,
now.
watch that sucky shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no sucking,
You say a
homie.
lot of shit that I don't f with either. You think I
Okay,
give a fuck
but
about what you
that
talking about,
gay
nigga?
shit, oh, you
I
go.
don't give a fuck about what you talking
Hey, homie,
about.
I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put
You
no
switch
sucky
don't mean
shit.
shit to me.
Don't put no sucky
Detroit,
shit on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit.
Say
right
I
now.
suck a again.
I'm right here, right now.
Right, that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No.
I don't do no sucky shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But
We
you're not
good.
bossing up on me.
Yo,
We good. I did already. I don't do
Put the
sucky shit.
microphone right down,
Yo.
right now, and going up. I don't give a fuck about
No,
this shit.
sir.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
got a
You
question
running
for
your
him,
mouth.
too.
I don't do
You
no
do it for the
shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want
I'll
to say
show
Anton,
you I ain't doing it for the internet.
if you
I'm
want to
saying,
say Anton,
I'm saying,
listen, don't
I'ma let
disrespect
you
me like
finish.
that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that. I'll respect you, but don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm gonna extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how
Would
it
I call this nigga out his name?
Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how.
He's not making no sense. He took it too far. But clearly Corey Holcomb is so shocked, allegedly, right? That he's just trying to process everything like he's had therapy. But I know a lot of men that they would have got him and punched him in the face already. Like this is not okay. This is unusual. And the conversation really challenges that it was scripted. It comes off scripted because he's like coming back with me. He's not like why like they said. I heard that they were saying that he had a security right there. He was going to call the police. Saying a lot of stuff, but when he got up and asked, he made the woman gesture the woman to move. He could have been like, boom, right there. I know people that would have did that. So it's interesting. They just both coming off soft to me, but anyway, let's continue.
I got a question for bro.
Okay. No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No, this my show. This
cool.
my show.
That's cool, but I take that shit as a threat.
Okay, well, it is a threat if you calling me. I don't, my nigga.
Man, fuck what you talking about.
I don't.
Bro. If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do shit.
Come at me with that shit again, nigga.
You're not gonna
come at me with. See, I suck in, nigga.
We can go out back right now.
Fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
Hey,
no, it's not respect.
I ain't falling for I ain't fuck up. Darlene, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now.
Let's stop right there. You heard what he said? He said, Darlene, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Darlene said nothing. She moved out the way. Applause. Do you know how many people that we have seen where the black woman would not get out the way? She was like, nah, I'm gonna settle this. She get all in the way, making it more than it needs to be. These two, they never put hands on each other. So I'm telling you, I also feel that's because Darlene stayed in her place. She did not interject her voice in this conversation. And I just think that is very key because I'm telling you, we have seen many examples where the female has added herself in the conversation with two men, and it just makes it even go wow. It really goes left. And it's very disturbing. And I just wish I just feel like I could get that scene where that woman, I gotta try again. Listen, I'm trying because this scene is so crazy to me. That woman, I just felt like she was doing too much in the movie Sinners. That one.
Can I at least get my money?
They must not be showing me from the scene that I needed it at. They was having a dialogue. They got it too far away, and they said they asked, where you been? Because he went to go to urinate, and he took so long. And he took so long because they got him. Spoiler alert. But the way that she came in there, she was like, I'm talking to you now. I thought that was crazy. He's having a conversation with the guy that give him the money, right? And she was like, I'm talking to you now. You talking to me. And I was like, what kind of craziness is this? But it's so real. And I want y'all to see that. Did y'all see the movie Sinners? Just tell me y'all seen it, and then I'll stop trying to look for it. Because I just thought that her extra voice was so irritating and that it was so unnecessary. And I know I should be able to find it. I'm so serious. It's Sinners. You know me trying to search stuff on the internet. It's still okay. So I'm looking for the Sinners movie scene where they asking the door security. They asking him where he's been. And I just wish we had that like a regular clip. Which I'm not getting. I'm getting these half a clips. I need it more to where he's coming back from he asked him, just tell me y'all seen it, y'all know what I'm talking about. He asked him, first of all, the guy at the security, he was doing the door security, that one that you saw grab the guy by the arm. He asked for his money and he said, I'm gonna go take a leak. And he asked the guy who plays the violin or guitar, whatever. He said, could you cover for me? He said, okay, I got you, man. And they showed him going to the bathroom and everything, and then we didn't see him no more. And so the guy that's covering for him was like, yo, he's taking forever. Like, what's going on? So when he came back, there was a dialogue where they're trying to ask him where the hell he's been, why it took him so long. And that black woman, she I thought that she interjected herself in a very disrespectful way. And she didn't have the money. It's not her place, it's not her business. And I just want to feel that scene. I want you to see it because Darlene don't give it to you. She ain't giving you that. Darlene stayed quiet and she stepped out the way. And I'm just saying that right there, that takes her black card away. She ain't got the black card. She ain't got the black card. Her black card. Where's her black card? She don't got it. It's like not there. She don't got the black card. We have seen too many times disrespectful women. Oh my goodness. I just wish I want to find this scene. Okay, let's see. I can't help myself. I gotta show y'all. I'm disturbed.
Just step aside and let me on in now.
Why you need him to do that?
See, look at her.
You big and strong enough to push past us?
Well, that wouldn't be too polite now, would it, Miss Annie? I don't know why I'm talking to you anyway. Probably your fish sandwich messed up my guts in the first place. Using old stale grease.
I ain't never used stale grease, and you know.
Shut up, Annie. Smoke.
Don't talk to him. You talking to me right now.
Now, see right there?
No.
No. You see that? Miss Annie's like, you talking to me. That's Miss Annie. That's the black woman. She got the black card. She doing a whole lot. Let's turn that back a little bit. I just want to show you. So disrespectful. He's not trying to talk to her. But she got so much to say. I love this movie, mind you. This movie. I loved it.
Oh, stale grease.
I ain't never used stale grease, and you know.
Shut up, Annie. Smoke.
Don't talk to him. You talking to me right now. Why you can't just walk your big ass up in here without an invite, huh? Go ahead. Admit to it.
Admit to what?
That you dead. That one of them white folks out there killed you and you in hate now.
That's all I want to. I can't. It's still we still got that whole racist stuff going on. All of this got this race thing going on. But this movie right here, the movie was crazy. Anyway, I think for some reason I associate this with that movie. I do. And Darlene, she didn't play that. She didn't play that card. Darlene walking away. I love it. Darlene's not in there. She's not she's not calling nobody out their name. She's not being disrespectful. She taking herself and she's gonna sit down. Loved it.
Because we got to go back to leaders. But I'm saying that shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like it,
If you want to
okay,
get back to the
but
conversation,
we can get back to the conversation. But just know,
I'm not listening to that shit,
up
bro.
here, nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get back to the conversation,
So this is such a crazy. I just think it's so crazy. This is such a crazy. That was such a crazy interaction. It was crazy. But Anton Daniels, he was offended. He was not. If you look at the whole argument, right? Corey was calling him basically. He was saying that he plays up to white people and that he never hears him talk against the white man. Now, I don't know Corey Holcomb's material enough to be able to talk for him about that. I usually look at Anton Daniels because he talks a lot about New York. He talks about New York all the time. He's, we got, a new mayor and he was like, oh, New York is doomed. He's always got something to say about New York. So I usually look at that content. So, him going, and so I don't really look at Corey Holcomb's because I don't know of him talking about New York. So I usually look at content creators that got something to say about New York, who definitely don't even live in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always telling us that we're doomed because we got a Muslim mayor that's sworn in on the Quran, and they said he wants to defund the police and get social workers and all this stuff. So I try to see what they got to say, but people was talking about the guy I watch, calling him a bootlicker, saying he's a lame, he's a token. And I haven't looked at the material. Like, I know he does like these panels, right, where they were talking about women, but I don't really look at that because I'm not into all that relationship nonsense. But I have watched content creators that talk about that. And one of the people that I used to watch that would trigger me is Tommy Sotomayor. And Tommy Sotomayor would always talk about the Black female like she's such a problem and she's messing up everything. And look at her. So somebody was saying that Anton does the same kind of content, but I personally haven't seen it. Obviously, he does enough diverse content that doesn't come into my feed. Like, based on my what I view, the algorithm gives me the material that Anton does that's very specific to New York City issues. So I don't really, because I'm telling you, I don't really watch relationship stuff. So I'm not gonna get like the pop the balloon and all that stuff because I really don't care. Like, I'm down with that homegirl that, like, the guy said, stay out of this, and she sat down. We're not gonna be going back and forth with no man. No, you respect it. First of all, you're supposed to know your place, have reverence, and behave yourself. And I find that a lot of panels with a lot of Black women, they already don't have it. They don't do it. Just to have the Black card, the Black woman got to be very disrespectful. She's always going to act like you got to hear what she got to say above everybody else's opinion. Nobody's really hearing. And I felt like the conversation between Anton and Corey had a lot of therapeutic kind of things going on because, why does he feel like he needs to hear him out? He said, apologize. You need to apologize in Anton was like, I'm not apologizing. So Corey said, well, say it again. But why do you have to hear him say it again? You know what he said. It's like he still can't really accept the fact that he said that to him. But he did. And so he was like, say that to me in my face. But like he was close enough to you when he said it. You could have got, but anyway, we're not supporting assault. We're adults. You should be able to have a conversation, which they did. I'm just saying it gave a lot of like you've been through therapy because you really want to hear this person out. And I don't see that often. I thought that was very interesting. And I thought it showed a lot of restraints. And the dynamics in the room was not common. I'm just saying that it wasn't common. It's not something I commonly see between minorities. And, you know, Anton, he acting like he want to do something off camera. When he said something on camera that was so disrespectful, everybody knows you don't tell as a man, you as anybody, you don't say that. You don't say suck my D. And a lot of New York females may say that, and a lot of guys is like, she don't even have one. But to have one and say it, it's highly disrespectful. And you can lose your life over that. You know, people they just go crazy. It's like, you know, like in New York, how you step on somebody's brand new white shoes, like they got white sneakers, like they're shining, they're so bright, and you step on it, they just go from 0 to 100. Oh, you got a full-fledged fight on the train. Nope, nobody know what happened, and you don't get no fight over this. So it's giving unusual for me. It's giving unusual. And I just wanted to see. Let me just see if y'all saying anything. I just wanted to see did y'all have anything to say about that, because I'm like, this is very unusual. Like I'm not. It's not giving. Like everybody's losing their black card for me. Like it's like nobody's got a black card here. Like it's like nobody's got a black. Hey, oh, okay. So I got Tree Lynn. Um, good day, mate. They both insulted each other. One did first, then the other decided, well, okay, I'll treat you as you treat me. Why isn't he going out the back? Why isn't he going out? The back one already left. Yeah, one woman think they're men. When women think they're men, these days, okay, not all of them, but a hell of a lot of them. Tree Lynn, hi Tree Lynn. She says, thank Jesus, you're okay. There's a high rise on fire in the Bronx. Trev, no, that's still my Australian friend. So good day, mate. Only one man there understood what he said. The other was clueless and emotional. Tree Lynn said, I'm not white, I glow." He said, "Oh yeah. I oh yeah, how's the rent freeze? Oh, the government grocery stores, free transport." This is what Anton talks about. Like now they trying to push this legislation for nonprofits to be able to buy homes, like homeowners have to, issue some kind of letter to a nonprofit, and they're trying to pass this, and they're like, no, this is crazy. Oh yeah. um Let me see. Hi, I miss those blocks of cheese. Talk is better than fighting for both parties. Yeah, unaliving of words or stepping on shoes is stupid. The guy with the black hat is Corey. Oh yeah, wait. So let me show y'all one of the things that Anton. He's talking about the housing. That's what I wanted y'all to see. Okay, so yeah, so I'm talking about Corey is the one with the white. Yeah, I know Anton and Corey. Let me go to my history. I'm telling you, I look at Anton, and I consider him to have pretty informational information. Let me see, where is right here. I'm gonna show you this. So this is the stuff I'm usually seeing Anton do. So I don't, and that's why I don't really believe the conversation that he had with the guy. I think they're just trying to get more attention, but he gives actual good information. Here we go.
To have this conversation, we need to understand what COPA laws are and how it actually works in New York now that it's passed. All right. So the first thing is, if you are a person that wants to sell your building, you want to sell your property in New York City, you first cannot sell it to whoever it is that you want to sell it to. You have to offer it to the city and to nonprofits first. You have to offer it to the city and the nonprofits first. So they have the first right of refusal in New York. If you do not offer it to the city, then you will be charged $30,000 fine that goes to the city. That's crazy. That is crazy. You get fined $30,000 if you do not give them a 30-day window to buy your property, and you can't just sell it outright. All right, let's continue.
Here's the bad news. If they are interested, they have up to 120 days to give you an offer. Now, if you don't.
So you don't get to set the price right away. They get to determine what it is that they want to set the price for. So now they have 120 days. Now remember, that's 4 months. So first of all, they got a whole month that they get to decide whether they want to make you an offer. Then they get another 4 months. So that's 5 months now that they get to make you an offer. Not that you get to determine what it is that you want to sell it for. They get to determine what they want to offer you. The good thing about it is that you don't have to accept the offer. Now, this is already fucked up because now you're talking about already into 5-6 months of basically being held hostage from being able to sell your property. You own it. It's yours. The city and nonprofits get to offer you something first. And if you don't move this way, then you get fined $30,000. All right. This is what all of the people that's advocating for over in New York, some of them don't even know what they advocate for.
Want to accept that offer, that's when you can put it on the open market. If you put it on the open market and you get an offer that you absolutely love, you then have to offer it back to the city at that same price.
So now, after you say, you know what, I don't like the offer that you guys gave me, and I let 5 months go by, now I'm going to put it on the market because I did the right thing and I didn't want to get the $30,000 fine, right? Now, I'm going to go over and I'm going to say, well, I like his offer. I like what they're offering me because it's actually what I think that it's worth, or is worth more than what it is that I thought that I was going to get. But now you got to go back to the city and say, hey, they offered me this.
Tremendous delays in the closing process, which inevitably leads to dead deals. If you look at a crash in industry, well, this is the perfect way to.
And they still get the first right of refusal. Let me tell you what I think that people are going to do. Because I was talking to one guy, because I don't know a whole lot of people that do business in New York, but I was talking to one guy that does a lot of business in New York. And what he was telling me is that he said, Anton, this COPA law doesn't mean anything. The people are so stupid and the people are so ignorant that they don't even understand that this COPA law does absolutely nothing to stop anything. He says, if anything, it actually makes things worse. I said, why do it make things worse? I'll tell you. Give me a second.
Essentially, it would help know that our city has our back in working to preserve our affordability and to create, basically stable, secure housing that's long term.
We want to just set the record straight about what this bill does.
Deyanira Del
I don't hardly see anybody that's worthy of let me be quiet.
Rio is the executive director of the New Economy Project. She described COPA's potential impact.
What it does is really give a small number of vetted, qualified, mission-driven, affordable housing groups, including community land trusts, a first opportunity to bid on certain multifamily buildings when a landlord puts it up for sale.
And for folks like Clay, COPA could let nonprofits jump in first to buy her shaky building. That might keep her rent from shooting up now that her tax break is gone, but would still depend on who wins the bids and what the city says yes to.
It would be
You know what they said? He said, Anton, this is what he told me. Real talk. He said, Anton, let me tell you what's really happening. He said, what's basically happening is that you can't stop capitalism. He said they can make it more difficult, and then that would basically de-incentivize people from wanting to do business inside of New York, similar to how people don't really want to do business over in California. And what it's going to do is really make inflation go up significantly and make the cost of housing even more. He said, but this is what's really happening. He said, what's basically happening is that if people don't want to deal with the city and they don't want to deal with all of this holdup, because $30,000 really would slow us down a lot, not in the cost, but the delays and the amount of time that it would take. So basically it could go all the way up to a year before you ever even be able to sell your building. He said, all the people are thinking about doing and having a conversation about is raising the price, the difference, so that you just have to pay the fine. So the city is the ones that's really taxing the people even more, because the money is not going to stop just because you want to prevent us from being able to sell the building at the amount of time that we want to sell it. If we get a decent offer, then we basically going to stack whatever the fine is on top of it, and we're still going to ice out these nonprofits in the city.
My name is Chef Tajani.
Now, that's the kind of content I'm used to Anton doing, and that's what I watch. Now, again, that conversation that we first saw, that was on Corey Holcomb's channel. Like, remember, he said that he was on his platform. He said, you don't really know me. He was talking all like that. But the bottom line is that that's why a lot of us do collabs, because you get introduced to another content creator that you may not look at on your own. Like, I don't look at Corey on my own, right? And I haven't like checked out any of his stuff because I just haven't taken the time to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I would have checked out his stuff if he would have punched him or something. I don't know, right? But I can talk about it, but it's like, it didn't move me to look at him. And then I don't stop looking at Anton for the material that I watch that he does, right? But as far as what he was trying to put people on about COPA and so forth, there is also Black woman that has tried to share her story. History, where she's trying to let you know that her place was basically stolen from her. Now what is it? This is not in here. Her stuff was stolen. They forged her deed and everything, and nobody's doing nothing. And sometimes, you hear these stories and you don't want to believe it. because it seems like that should not be. It should not be possible. But people tell you, see, I'm trying to get you this because it should be in my history, but it's not like right there for you. Oh, this is it's so disturbing. And the frustration is so strong. I want to move it up. Okay, so I want y'all to see this because this is supposed to be a homeowner. He claims they stole her place regardless, but somebody forged her lease, all kind of nonsense.
And corrupt organizations. Blanche's home at 23 Vernon Avenue in Bed-Stuy, New York, was in her
That's
family
Brooklyn.
for decades, and she acquired legal ownership of the property in 2012.
What I know for a fact is that this is my property. I'm not the only one that's fighting deed theft. There's something had to be done in regards to help, elderly women, people in general, people of color. They're losing their properties. They're living on the street. They're being beat up. Their property being destroyed. For what? Just to accommodate these certain people? Why should we have to suffer? Why do people of color have to suffer every day, all the time? I was a great police officer. I lost my job. I ended up spending 4 months in jail just because I wouldn't bow down to these people. No, this have to stop. This needs to stop. This needs to stop now.
These are crazy claims. She said because she didn't bow down, they put her in jail for 4 months. Now you know this is crazy. This is crazy. And a lot of people have been coming out trying to sound the alarm, saying that they are stealing people's homes. Now we already had the predatory lending. They're saying this is even worse than that because this woman's claiming that they stole her deed. They forged signatures. I mean, this is a crazy story. Listen to this. It's crazy. And she's officer. Like, what is really going on? How can we be safe?
What the judge did,
She says that her nightmare began in the spring of 2013 when developers began approaching her, threatening to make her lose her job if she did not give them the property. LLCs, along with complicit state actors, then set out on years of fraudulent schemes and lawfare to acquire the property. What I've learned in these past couple months is that New York is a first notice state, which means that anyone can go file a deed. And this is one of the reasons why fraudulent deeds are so easy to file and properties are so easy to take.
So that was the case, that you stole the property from a deceased woman.
Yes.
And then you were in Rikers for 4 months.
Yes, and that was also proven to be a lie. Through my paperwork, through everything that I had, that the judge refused to look at. Because their deeds, the deeds that they have, is fraudulent deeds. Everything was presented in court. They still found me guilty. Everything that I'm telling you was proven in court. Or the fraud on all of them, including their attorney, Jay Markowitz. At first I was angry, then I realized that I understand the game. This is all a game to them, messing up our lives.
Blanche spent years in litigation as well as hundreds of thousands of her own money in fighting for her property to no avail. Her deeds were voided by Judge Edgar Walker, and District Attorney Eric Gonzalez brought criminal charges against her 3 times. 3 times because the first 2 cases were thrown out by Judge Danny K. Chun. On the 3rd time, Blanche was convicted of second-degree grand larceny and sentenced to 6 months in state prison in 2018, despite substantial evidence showing fraud and forgery.
This is for my children.
Now you heard that? They said that they got her for grand larceny and fraud on her own property. What kind of, and then they throwing up Eric Gonzalez, the DA in Brooklyn, that has been highly, spoken highly of by Black people. Like, these claims are really amazing and disturbing. Okay, and it's just it's a rabbit hole of horror. And it's something that Black people are going through. This is like a part of a Black agenda. Black agenda people that's Black should be, out here trying to make sure this stuff is addressed, because this is horrible and it's not right, and it's happening right here in New York. So the New York activists, these civil rights organizations, what's going on? You know, the elected officials, people fighting in city council, and this person um being put in jail for 4 months for her own property. Horrible.
Why can I not have a legacy for my kids? Well, I'm not entitled to that, but they entitled to something like that? No, I just think it's unfair, and I'm hoping that something, what happened in regards to this, because there's no way that over 500 properties and Bed-Stuy alone have been taken from the developers. That's all I have to say. I just, I feel sorry for people that's not like me, that's strong enough to fight. Because we have a lot of people that's, they don't have the money. This case here cost me $297,000. They don't have the money to fight. So what do? I have a lady right now living in the park because she have nowhere to go. This is sad.
She's living in the park because her home was stolen?
Her home was stolen. Yes, on Hancock. Her home was stolen. She was beat up, taken to the hospital. She went into the psych unit because she couldn't take all this. Her daughter called me and was telling me this, and I just felt so bad because I understand what they're going through.
Now, this is a big problem. She said that the woman that she knows about, because the daughter called her, she said that they put her in the psych unit. Now, once they put you in the psych unit, first of all of this is messed up, because when you go to an emergency room and you get a psych evaluation, that does not mean that they will hold you. So if you go to the emergency room and they keep you, that's already bad. First of all, you don't want them to establish some kind of record on you that you got mental illness, because they're going to discredit you based on that. And a lot of seniors have complained that right away they want to put them in the psych ward. And some people get on a 72-hour hold. And some people, I don't understand what's going on, but I'm telling you that some people, they get placed in the psych ward and a judge has to deem them suitable to be released back to the public. A whole judge. They can hold you in the psych ward. These are things you don't want to happen, but these are things that are reportedly happening, and I don't think that the public is really being informed about it at all. And there are people that are saying that they're sane, but they're being traumatized and people are messing with them so much. In my experience, people have said that they have been followed by strange people. They're being, surveillance. They're surveillance them. They're monitoring them, watching everywhere they go. And when they try to get help from the authorities, like the NYPD, depending on what is said to them and how it's said to them, they may try to deem the person as mentally fragile and try to put them in a psych ward, which is not good at all, because trying to discredit you by putting you in a psych ward, now almost nothing you'll be able to say is going to be held up in the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the people that said that they had property that was stolen from them, they have gotten in so much extreme stressed. They're so stressed. They're so frustrated that their stories sound very unbelievable. We're not saying it's not believable. We're not saying it's not reality, but it sounds unbelievable. How you doing, Kiana? Welcome in. So just listen to this woman again. Listen to what she's saying. She was in jail for 4 years. 4 months. They said she stole her house, that she stole her own property, and they was able to put her in jail for 4 months.
When you think about this, when you really think about this, this is really sad. But this is what they always did. They want something of yours, they just take it. They shoot you, they kill you, they rob you, they rape you. And look what they did to me, in jail for 4 months for a crime I didn't commit. That's the RICO law. They raped me, they robbed me, they did all of that. They took away my livelihood all over a goddamn house. Something that was mine. You know, you held me against my will. You think I want to go to jail for 4 months? I shouldn't have been in jail not even 1 day. So you kept me there against my will. You kidnapped me. And they don't care because they're trying to break me, but they can't because God has my side. He's there.
And I pray for her. I pray for this woman. I pray for justice for her. It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. And the part of her saying she was kidnapped, it bothers me because so many people say that was wrongfully convicted. They say they were kidnapped. It's so disturbing, and it needs to stop. These people need to have justice. It's so frustrating to me. I would not want this to happen to people. I find it disturbing. Listen to her. It's just so disturbing.
Watch the time. And I feel them every step of the way. I don't, I can't believe that we're living in times like this. I mean, I know you heard of other horrible stories and not just mine. Then you come in my house, you build a 2-story tunnel. Tell me, sir, what do y'all need with a 2-story tunnel? Who's in there? What's in there? Why do you need a 2-story tunnel? May God be with us.
I feel honored to have even gotten to meet her and that she would trust me with her story. From the first moment I met her, I could feel in my heart that this was a woman who had been through hell and back, but it would not break her. I saw a genuine woman with a heart of gold who was rooted in her fight, not only from the strength of her ancestors, but in the fight for her children, her children's children, and for justice.
So this is my federal case that I have. It's now in the federal court out in 40 Fowler Square. This is my trial. Okay, so it was well put together. Believe me, well put together. Now, as you can see in this exhibit, you see this?
On ACRIS, New York City's property records database, the deed to Blanche's property at 23A Vernon Avenue is shown to be transferred to an LLC, 23A Vernon LLC, 4 separate times by 4 separate alleged property heirs for only $10,000. But Blanche says that at least 3 signatures on these were forged, and that the original property owner, who is now deceased, is listed as dying in 3 separate states.
Mary Boland on the same day. Look at that. Same day, right? You see all this the same day, right? How do you sign a deed? How do you die in 3 different locations? All these the same day. The same day. Look, 2014. How is that so when? Look, the same day. Now look at her death certificate. Look when she died. She died April 28th, 1993. Why did they put in that deed that she died May 27th? Does that make that deed void? Does that not void that deed? Now this is what they claimed that Minnie Davis, they claimed that this woman right here signed this deed, right? Minnie Davis. Do me a favor, read that. What does that say? Does it not say she's incapacitated? She couldn't dare sign that deed? So who notarized that deed? Who signed that deed? If this woman was in this stage, who signed this deed and notarized it? Who? You see what the daughter said? So that's what I'm saying. If this woman was incapacitated and died 2 weeks later, how the hell did she sign this deed and who notarized it? Now read this. It was my attorney at the time. He went everywhere with me.
Uh-huh.
And you see that that he said he spoke to Tony Flowers in the Attorney General office, and those 2 deeds are voided, right? Okay. This is the end of the letter.
Well,
This is Judge Edgar Walker, as you can see, ordering me out the property, which he wasn't supposed to. Look what he wrote here. Voiding my deed, granting it to them, and putting me out. This is illegal eviction. That's illegal eviction. Read it. He had no right evicting me. He didn't have a right because he was not we wasn't in landlord tenant court. But I want to show.
I can't. This is so frustrating. I put it I put the link inside of the chat. But I'm just saying that, we have conversations about what's not supposed to happen, what's illegal and what's not illegal. But you see that she's got all this paperwork and the stuff still happened. And she was in jail on Rikers Island for 4 months. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So anyway, that's some of the stuff I want to talk about. Because I don't think none of it makes sense. Okay, nothing I was telling you today in this video makes sense. From Anton saying that comment to Corey, from the COPA, from this situation with Blanche. But again, I just wanted to have that conversation. I thank you all for coming in and talking with me. I appreciate all of my subscribers and those who have joined me. Those who've been watching me but haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I watch my analytics, and recently, I think it's because of my shorts, but a lot of people check out my channel, but they haven't subscribed. So I have like this huge thing of not subscribed. And I appreciate the subscribership, guys. Like, I want you to stay connected to me. So feel free to subscribe. And I look forward to talking to you guys again. I want you to have a good night, and just know that your girl be looking at stuff that frustrates her. She do. But God is able. And I'm just saying that Blanche is somebody that really disturbs me, because I know a lot of people that have said that they have been harassed. They live on their own. No, let me tell you another thing, and I'll be getting off. Because I've had several people tell me that they was forced into a rehabilitation center against their will, because they was somebody was trying to take over their property, and they was asking for help to be released because the social worker didn't want to let them get released, and they was trying to deem them to be unfit for independent living. Is acting like, oh, they can't live independently. And the woman said, what the hell are they talking about? I am capable, I'm fine. And they're just trying to take my property. And that is something that they address in a Tubi movie called The Bad Guardian. I believe it's called The Bad Guardian. Whatever is on Tubi. And Lala is playing the Bad Guardian. And she, I like movies. So if you got Tubi, and everybody can have Tubi because Tubi's free. They got this movie with Lala. I'm talking about Lala. She's in a Tubi movie. And honey, she working with the lawyers, she working with the people in the hospital to get the seniors. And she puts them inside of the senior home, and she sells their home, their property, everything. It's a very disturbing movie, and it's on Tubi. So definitely check that out. I want to do. They have a. Could I show the preview? I want to do. They have a. What do you call that? An ad for that. What do you call it? This is the Bad Guardian. Y'all can look it up. Yeah, it's called The Bad Guardian. Very disturbing. Let's see if I can show you the trailer and let you know. It's so disturbing.
You need any last minute Valentine's Day.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
What is this?
Today, I've got some seriously juicy news straight from the Lifetime channel.
Okay, so I set up trailer for The Bad Guardian, and they giving me, what is this? Is they trying to give me?
For more than a decade, ABC Action News investigative journalist Adam.
Do they know what a trailer is? I don't think they have a trailer. They don't have a trailer for this movie. Are they giving us a trailer? Like, what happened to the trailer for this movie? How they don't have a trailer? Anyway, y'all can look it up. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is, but it's called The Bad Guardian with Lala. Very, very disturbing movie. It's just what we're talking about. You gotta know these things. It's very disturbing. She took the man's house, sold all his stuff. He's a vet. It was very disturbing. Anyway, I'll let y'all go. Bye, guys.